whatever you're eating, just be conscious of this. If you're eating by hand, we call it a morsel of food. If you're eating a spoonful of food, from today, just eat 3 morsels less. Just be conscious, every meal that you sit, you will eat 3 spoonfuls less, only 3, it's not going to hurt you. Only 3 spoonfuls less. Just being conscious, I'm eating less because I want to be assisting my dynamism, not settle into my inertia.
If you're eating off the fast food joints or off the supermarket shelves, you will be generally eating foods of very low water content. If there is non-vegetarian diet, then also it is a problem because the movement is very slow in the system. Any food that you eat should have high water content in it. Your body is over 70% water content. If you eat any vegetable, generally it's over 70% water content. Fruit is over 90% water content. So if you bring sufficient amount of vegetables and fruits and nuts and sprouts like this, the movement of the bowel will not be a problem at all.
Let's say you watched the sunrise and you felt wonderful for a moment. That moment is neurological pleasantness or sensory pleasantness. For it to become part of your life energy, you need to hold it. You need to hold on to that experience. You must be able to stay there. Any experience, if you can hold on to 24 minutes, any experience of sweetness of experience, even if it's taste, smell, vision, auditory, it would have pervaded through your entire pranic system. If you do this to yourself, the pleasantness of the neurological system, once it sinks deeper into the pranic system, then sitting here blissfully becomes a normal thing. When we were eating for survival, we ate whatever we could lay our hands on. Now that we have choices, we have to choose what's best for the body. If we don't choose like this, then we will somehow live and go. All these things are relevant only for those people who are constantly striving how to better their life, how to perform little better, how to open up another dimension of life. If these concerns are there, then what kind of food or fuel you put into this machine is very, very important. You must experiment, you shouldn't believe me because you've eaten this for so long. Just 10 days, just go on meat, 10 days just go on cooked food, 10 days just go on natural food, 10 days just go on fruit and see what it does to you. With which food you feel best, not in your tongue, in your body, when you feel great, whichever food feels great, you must do that, isn't it? You shouldn't listen to anybody about these things. You have a body and you got food to experiment. Today, advices are being given that everybody must sleep 8 hours a day. It is not so. What body needs is not sleep, what body needs is restfulness. I want you to just try this. Just 15 days you go on natural food and see, you will see the body is so relaxed, your sleep quota will come down at least by half. If you're sleeping 8 hours, you will sleep only 4 hours and you will be perfectly fine because the trauma in the body is gone.
In India, we have sufficient variety to make vegetarian meals complete for a human being. But in the Western countries, it's hard to do that because their idea of vegetarian is eating lettuce, carrot and this and that. That won't give you everything that you need. You need legumes, you need lentils, you need various kind of pulses and various types of cereals other than rice and wheat. All this is needed to make vegetarian diet a complete process.
Running water over vegetables is a good thing to do, but you're running chemically contaminated water. When I say chemically contaminated, I'm talking about chlorine that you're putting into it. If tap water is chlorine-free, yes, it's very good to do that. Otherwise, the better way to do it, as we normally do in India, is you can't get any other water, anyway it's chlorinated water, so what can you do? Unless you have a tube well, where in India we use water from the tube wells without any chlorination or filter or anything because it comes from the earth and it's fine. So, if you put a little bit of vibhuti, the ash, and turmeric and soak the vegetables for, let's say, 15–20 minutes, it has much better impact rather than running it with chlorinated water. In yoga, their food is classified as sattva, rajas and tamas. In the yogic culture, if you cook something, the maximum time in which you can eat it is 1.5 hours, 90 minutes. Before that, you should have eaten the food. After that, we won't touch the food because it has started gathering tamas. If you eat anything which has tamas, inertia will come in your system. Inertia does not mean you just become lazy. Inertia means certain things slow down. Certain things means essentially regeneration of the system slows down. Cognition level slowly will go down over a period of time. If you want to experiment, you can experiment. Eat something very fresh for 1 week, eat something which is processed and kept for 1 month, 2 months and then eat it. You will see the level of alertness in the system, you will notice it in your experience.